Hello Indie Game fan, the Steam Spring Sale is here but is shorter in duration as compared to the summer and winter editions, so don't miss out on these deals, beginning with Jet Lancer, an aerial combat game from 2020 where you battle against all sorts of foes in the skies. If you love games like Love Rousers, I'm sure that you will enjoy this, where the amount of control that you have in the air and the sick tricks that you can pull off are very satisfying. Cattails Become a Cat is a cozy life sim title that has you playing as a cat before Stray made it cool, where you play as such a feline, doing all sorts of cat things. You have to explore the world and survive, hunting for food and fighting off rival cats, where you will eventually be able to romance one of 16 eligible cats, settle down and have kittens, where it's a wonderful experience, and the best part is that there is a sequel in development, but check out the original for a low price. A relatively new entry that is at the steepest discount ever is They Always Run, a side-scrolling action platformer where you play as a bounty hunter, tracking down your targets. Our protagonist has 3 arms, which certainly helps in combat, where the traversal and action is just buttery smooth. The space western setting is interesting, with a core concept and setup that would be similar to The Mandalorian, making it one of interest. Another underrated cozy game is Haven Park, one where you're in charge of running a campground, having to keep it clean and neat, repair broken facilities, and to get to know and help the visitors. It is similar in vibe to games like A Short Hike, with the adorable main character toddling around, where the greenery and natural scenery and landscapes just adds a sense of calm. It's just a little bit more involved, with some fetch quests and crafting thrown in, but overall it's a light-hearted experience worth a try. If you somehow have not played Moonlighter, I recommend that you pick it up at this steep discount, where it's an action-adventure shopkeeping simulation with roguelite elements. Tend to your shop in the day and battle monsters at night in order to get loot to sell the next day, and so on. The village can be upgraded, which is something that I love in games, having quite a compelling gameplay loop. Puzzle games do not get enough love, but if you're craving for one of these, I would recommend picking up Snakebird, where do not let the cutesy visuals fool you, this is really one of the toughest games out there. Think of this as Snake with gravity, where every piece of fruit eaten extends the length of the Snakebird by 1, where growing longer is required to solve the puzzles. One of the best recent games is BPM Bullets Per Minute, the first to market in the modern era of the rhythm first-person shooter, which was followed up by Metal Hellsinger last year, where both games have their merits and are worth a play, but let's get back to this one. The developers chose an interesting colour palette that is very red and orange, where shooting, jumping, dodging and reloading to the beat feels awesome, with a roguelite structure providing plenty of replayability. A perhaps not so indie title is Mutant Year Zero, a relatively underrated tactics title that will be of interest to fans of XCOM. Most curiously, this mixes real-time exploration with stealth elements, which then switches to the familiar turn-based tactics gameplay in combat. The post-apocalyptic setting is neat, set in the world of mutants, where our characters can mutate and evolve as they progress, with a central narrative of interest as well.
I want to see what you can do. To those that hurt me. To those you will hurt. Cut deeper. Deeper still?
The power of prayer protects me.
Another not-so-indie title is Other Side from French developer Lightbulb Crew, which is a sizable team, but this is another tactical RPG that simply oozes style. You play as the Daughters, echoes or essentially clones of humanity's greatest warrior, sent into battle as humanity's last hope against the suffering, which is embodied by monstrous, nightmarish creatures that threaten the world.
Secrets must not know my.
The tactical layer in combat is good, but more interestingly, has meta elements in between levels, where, for example, you can sacrifice one of your remaining characters to restore the health of the others, and where there are meta progression systems to keep you playing from run to run. Maybe I'm in a tactics game mood, so this game completes the trifecta, being set during the French Revolution, but is anime for some reason. You play as the younger sister of Napoleon, navigating the political turmoil of that era, leading your troops on various missions seeking victory and glory. I really like the pixel art look, and where you're commanding a battalion of units with the classic rock paper scissors style strengths and weaknesses system. And while Banner of the Maid may be a little fan servicey, the tactical portion is great, and you can watch this video for more upcoming tactics games.